Ohayo.
Ohayo.
Welcome to Soul Japanese Podcast that we talk all things about Japan from a Japanese
and a foreigner's perspective.
We are your hosts. My name is Ryusuke.
And my name is Matt.
Thank you for listening to today's episode. And today I have Matt here. Hey, Matt.
Hello. Hey.
Hello.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being with us. And then Matt actually has so many knowledge about Japan as well. Some of listeners you might already know because I interviewed him 2 times, and then he explained what was in Japan, the life in Japan. So please welcome in Matt with us. And then what are we talking about today?
I guess for my first time being a part of the podcast, we're talking about retro Japanese video games, mostly on mostly on our own natsukashi gaming, nostalgic,
yes,
games that we grew up with.
Yeah, natsukashi is very Japanese word, I suppose. I remember when I came here first time, I tried to explain natsukashi meaning, but there was no now everybody say nostalgic, but I think back then 2005 2004 it was more difficult to
explain that.
Explain that. Yeah.
Well, I feel like it has a lot of words more nuance in Japanese than in English.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a feeling, not just
Yeah.
Nostalgic, I guess, right? It's the easiest translation.
Yeah. Anyway, Matt will start teaching you guys about some random Japanese as well, because he always curious about Japanese, and then when I say one word, he's always asking me. So this will be a great added to
there'll be some
our team.
language footnotes here and there.
Exactly. All right, so we are talking about retro Japanese game today. So which game do you remember when you were kids, and when were you born?
Well, I'm technically an 80s kid. Not really. I was born in 89.
You're 89? Okay.
Yeah, so I remember 90s games more, but I wasn't I didn't have a real system till I was 12, but I'd play NES or Nintendo 64, at friends' houses and stuff. Some Sega. One of my friends had a Sega
was Sega in Canada?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he had almost like a Sega console with a TV built in station in his home.
Wow.
With Sonic. I think Sonic.
Yes, Sonic. Yes.
Yeah,
and it was
Sonic games.
Yeah. And then I remember that Sega has slightly better quality of the animation, the video.
Yeah, I remember it looking better than N64, which is about the same time.
Yeah.
Maybe listeners would debate that. I don't know.
But yeah, because when I was child, I remember there was always Nintendo, but there was a Sega as well as a hard, the soft and hard, right? And Sega was in the game center. How to say it? Arcade game?
Yeah.
In here?
Yeah, much more arcade, I guess.
Yeah.
Here than I didn't see many people with Sega at home.
No, yeah. We call game center. So bunch of arcade games there, and then my childhood was we always hung out there after school. No matter
Classic.
what, you finish school, you're not gonna go home. You go there straight. Then there's always your friend there. And
it's kind of like that here, I guess, for early 90s, 80s kids too. Yeah.
Okay.
If you live in a city.
Yeah. You bring your loonies or toonies, whatever, and then how much was it? The arcade game?
I remember putting in like a quarter.
Wow.
For like having to put in a quarter each time.
So it's not even dollar.
No. I
Wow.
think it went up, I think, though. Like it went, like when I was younger, I remember, I think it being you had to always have like or maybe it was $1, but you would put it in quarters. Not
four
in
quarters.
Monies. Yeah, sometimes.
I see. Yeah, because like
I can't remember. Something like that.
Because in Japan, it's always 100 yen. So basically it's dollar.
Yeah.
Maybe back then, 100 yen is what, like $140 Canadian? No, hold on. Opposite. Like
yeah, opposite.
$70?
100 yen?
Yeah. Like
you mean like
90.
70 cents? 70 cents.
Yeah. Sorry, 70 cents.
Yeah. I was like $70. That's
no,
like
$70.
No, I was like nothing. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, but I didn't have. There weren't as many like I feel like major. Like I feel like Japan has more arcades. Like everywhere, you know. Like I'm basically just picturing the average Sailor Moon episode now, where they go to the arcade to play all the time, but it's just you.
Yes. And then at the game center, when we were kids, there's always more entertainment, because in a game center, there's always, we call Yankee. I wasn't, but my friends was Yankee.
Yankee.
And we always have the older friends, which is more stronger than stronger,
like the
better version of Yankee. I mean, like, how to explain, like
the next
some
Pokemon
power
evolution of Yankee.
Yeah.
What? How do we explain Yankee though? In
here?
Because like Yankee here means like American.
Yeah, I know.
American.
I know.
In Japan, it means like
teenager, like a punk kid, kind of.
Yeah, kind of a punk.
Yeah, but it's
yeah,
not really
I guess punk.
Yeah.
Not hipster, but like
no hipster at all. It's no hipster at all. It's the young people who doesn't really wanna who
follow rules and
doesn't wanna follow the rule, wanna be free, don't really wanna be with family.
yeah. I feel like punk or rebel kind of like in the 80s 90s context that makes sense.
Yeah. But yeah, so when we go there, we always go check who's inside. So if we met at the station before we go to the game center, then we always tell someone like, hey, your turn today, go check it. And then one of our friends go in, and if there's our friend, like the senpai is there.
Senpai.
Senpai means older friend. If senpai's there, then we're like, there's a senpai. We're not gonna go. Let's go somewhere. Or then if we start praying, there's no one, and then we start praying. There's always one guy that's actually like just watching outside, because if they come into there, they come into the game center, and then we just run away from the back door.
Why do you want to run away? What are they gonna do?
Because they're gonna beat us up.
That's it? Or I thought they like beat you at the game?
No, that was the other entertainment. We always go play game, but sometimes we need to be careful, otherwise somebody gonna punch you from behind.
Oh my god, what? That's violent. No, it's like, that's kind of like here too. It's always like someone, I mean in the movies is what my reference is now, because but it's like, someone's older brother and his gang of friends, and if you like are in the way when they're like playing in the arcade, they're gonna like beat you up or something.
Yeah.
Kick your ass at the game, or I don't know.
How many times they broke
steal your quarters?
Baseball bat?
Quite.
Just a steel pipe?
Wow.
So many times they smoke cigarette and they just to me.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
You have a rough crowd.
So that's a game center game history of Japan from my experience. But he wants to.
You
talk
sound like
more
gangster
about-
manga or anime. Like,
That's why I wanna tell everybody that was actually true. In the manga, like a Yankee manga, the gangster manga is.
yeah, yeah.
I
Punk
saw it. I saw it. I see it. I feel it.
Did you turn into one?
I didn't. That's why I'm here. If I was turned into that, then maybe I'm already gone.
It's like, who are you putting out cigarettes in his face into his face? Kid, some next gen. Gotta learn the hard way. No.
Exactly.
Okay, yeah.
Anyway, that was the game we were playing at the game center. But
What game though? What actual game?
we had the Street Fighter.
Okay, yeah. Everybody knows that here too.
Yeah. It was huge. And then we had Tekken. Tekken was actually huge.
Oh, Tekken. Yeah.
Remember? It was from Sega. And this bunch of like shooting games, and at some point the DJ game. Beat Mania.
Oh.
It's called in Japan. In Japan we call Beat Mania. I don't know in here. Maybe different.
I had the only thing I remember, but this is early 2000s, so I'm jumping out of the 90s, but it's like DDR and stuff, but not DJ one. I don't remember.
DDR is Dance Dance Revolution, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what? There was one I think for the PS1 with DJ game. Oh my god, what was that game? People are going to be cringing listening to this. DJ game. It's like DJ game for play. I'm pretty sure PlayStation had something like that. But I never played the arcade one.
It's the same. That's the Beat Mania.
Oh my god.
And because my friend had
Beat Mania, okay.
Yeah, my friend had the DJ set too for the game.
Oh, I'm thinking of Parappa.
Parappa
the rapper in English.
Yeah. Parappa.
But that's like rhythm game. I don't know if that's really DJ. Oh, DJ Hero too for PS2.
No, I mean maybe like you're right. Like around 2000, there was bunch of music theme game was like released, and then like the Beat Mania was one. Everybody was crazy about it. Dance Dance Revolution.
Oh my god, that's exactly the song that I think of.
Right?
Yeah. Oh my god, that's so funny. And
Anyway,
like stamping on the thing and like
Anyway,
well, nobody can see me moving right now, but
we just go somewhere else. We want to talk about retro game in
like
Japan.
retro.
And then
I mean, 2000s is honestly retro now, but anyway.
already, I know, crazy.
know.
But should we say
80s, 90s?
Should we say vintage?
Vintage, yeah, vintage game.
Japanese loves vintage too, by the way.
Yeah,
We love
vintage
everything.
vagabond.
Yeah.
It's not, which is a store in Japan that is not a vintage store, but called
no.
vintage. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway,
so we have some list of the games start coming up from 1980s through 1990s period. So we're gonna dive into that history. Okay. So 1980, Nintendo released Game Watch.
which I'm pretty sure no one here has ever
No one
seen.
here. I didn't even know this one. But when I look at it, I'm like, yeah, kind of. But I was born 1983. So
Yeah.
this was before me. Do you
So-
know, right?
No, but I do know because, and listeners probably will know if you're all into like Smash Bros, because Smash Bros has levels and playable characters from this, referencing this game, but I don't think anyone really knows the original game. So you might know though Mr. Game and Watch, which is the like little silhouette of a guy with like a big round nose, and it's like 2D. Like there's a level, and I'm pretty sure in Smash Bros. Now that like you can, the current Smash Bros. Where you can like play in that world, or that like which is based on the like 1980 handheld game, which looks like, you know, the most simple like 2D like I don't even know what you call that level of graphic, like
it's just like
black and white, like
just like black and white, just moving
kind of like
very simple action only,
kind of like Tamagotchi or something. Like
yes,
simple
yes, like
which we should maybe mention at some point, but yeah.
Tamagotchi. Yes,
it's own thing really. But yeah, that Mr. Game and Watch.
Okay, so that was the Game Watch released in 1980s, and the next one, maybe some of you guys don't know, but this was my first game in my house, was 1983, in Japanese called Family Computer from Nintendo. In here, I guess Nintendo.
I don't actually know what it was called in English, but I know my friend, pretty sure my friend had this, because I remember playing. Well, we were talking about it. Some people might know the Duck Hunt game.
Yes.
You plug in like I guess it's like a laser reflects back into the gun off the TV to know
like
where
gun thing. Yeah.
Yeah, and so you had this, and you had to shoot the ducks, and this dog would collect it. And I remember playing that on that.
And
but don't remember if it was called Family Computer. But
yeah, Famicom.
Maybe
we call Famicom, by the way. Like in Japan, in Japanese, everybody call Famicom, and there's two controllers, right? And then the second controller, there's a microphone. So like, you didn't know there's a microphone in it. So when we play, me and my sister, and then like, if my sister almost lose, and then she used the microphone and just say like, so the microphone is obviously connected to the TV sound system. So you basically just ruin the game. And I guess there was a game you can use this microphone. That's why it's always with it. And I don't know why it's only in a second controller.
Okay.
It's not like both has the microphone. It's only one second controller. Because we have a picture. But if you see the right one, there's some...
I see.
You see
it has a little
right?
volume
thing
above the D-pad.
Yeah.
So just to correct myself earlier, yes, so Famicom was just released only as the NES, Nintendo Entertainment System. So yeah, I didn't play the actual Famicom. I played a NES.
Okay. Yeah.
So which is like almost the same controller.
It's almost same. Yeah, it's almost same.
Basically the same. Yeah. So I think people wouldn't recognize Famicom here, but they would recognize NES, and Duck Hunt was for NES as well as like the other OG games and stuff. Yeah.
Okay, so Famicom. I think the Famicom was the huge hit for the game industry. I think this changes whole game industry history, I believe.
Yeah.
I mean, Nintendo itself, they change a lot. Yeah. Anyway, so the next part is 1987. It's called PC Engine. The company is from NEC. I think the NEC is still exist, but they are making. I think they are which company is this? NEC is a technology company. So what they make now?
Yeah, there's
There's
different
yeah,
versions of it.
yeah, they still exist, but obviously they don't make games anymore. Or maybe they have a different department and then they have different name for the games. But do you know this game? PC Engine?
No. Like I don't know this. I feel like I'm also looking up images on Google because I have seen these consoles before, like in secondhand gaming stores. And stuff.
Yeah.
But I never played it. I think.
No.
I don't think so.
What I remember was like my friend had it, and so PC Engine was like little bit better version of Famicom on that time. So the image is a little bit better than the Famicom image, so a little bit more clear.
Okay.
Not too much cubic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then it has, I think, it moves mostly like a 3D. It's not 2D.
Oh.
So some game you can do like a 3D type, what I believe.
Oh, that's cool. Okay.
Yeah. So
not like a side scroller.
No.
Or something like. Oh, okay.
No.
Okay.
Yeah. So that was the PC Engine. Okay. And then we have here 1988 Mega Drive 1 from
I've
Sega.
never seen this.
No?
Mega Drive? No, I don't think so. These are new to me.
It says 16-bit. So I guess 16... It was like 8-bit, 4-bit, 16-bit. It gets way better. The clear image, obviously.
Oh, I wonder if this is what my... No, because you said there's another Sega... No, okay, yeah. This is before the main Sega thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is the main Sega. And then the same friend as the PC Engine, he has Sega as well. So my parents never buy me any other games until this time, but I always have chance to play. And then obviously Sega, some people know what's the most main character. Hedgehog.
Yes, Sonic.
Yeah.
Sonic.
He's still there.
But this is 88. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, this is 88. Yeah.
Okay.
And 1989, I think everybody knows this game. Game Boy.
Everybody knows this.
From Nintendo. This was
Everybody
huge.
That really revolutionized,
For sure, right?
Handheld gaming.
Yeah. Like you can bring anywhere. And then you can play anywhere. Like you can play in the bed. I remember I play in the bed all the time. And then my parents always give me shit.
It's this stuff that really sticks with I feel like with our parents' generation. Like I don't know how many times I've heard a parent yell at their kid it's always on that damn Game Boy, always playing that Game Boy, and then anything video game related would be either just Nintendo or Game Boy.
Yeah.
So it's it didn't matter what brand, what console, what the device is. It'd be are they playing that Game Boy? Are they playing Mario? Are they playing Nintendo? It's
Yeah. So
forever.
Did you have one Game Boy?
I didn't have a original Game Boy.
Oh no.
I think my cousin or some kid my mom babysat had all this stuff. He had the NES and he had a Game Boy. I wanted a Game Boy. I think later, but I ended up getting a Game Boy Color.
I see.
Which I think we have.
Yeah, you choose the right one.
Talk about later.
Yeah, we talk about later. But Game Boy, the OG Game Boy is thick and it's quite heavy.
Yeah, it's kind of funny to think of some kid playing that now.
Yes. I think all the kids get a little bit muscular because it was like heavier.
Yeah, exercise.
It's like
Mom.
almost like a pound. Maybe it's not, but like that's what I was feeling. Like, oh, it's heavy, but of course, like you play games, so you don't give a fuck.
Yeah. You're like lying on your back, holding it over your head,
Exactly.
playing it or something.
And
but you couldn't see the screen, right? Unless it was light out.
Yeah, exactly.
You couldn't do it in the dark.
You couldn't. Exactly. Because at some point they released bunch of accessories for Game Boy. And then there was a bigger screen, so it's like a lens. You clip on top of the screen with the lens, so you can see bigger. And then for sure, some company made the light for it too. Yeah.
I kind of wonder how many of those things informed smartphone accessories now.
That's true.
Like having
That's
a Game
true.
Boy, and now you get stuff like that for your smartphone, which usually I don't think anyone uses, but you see it sold on like Amazon or something like
exactly
some tacky light thing. But yeah, anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So
it's funny.
And I think because of the Game Boy, Kirby was born. Kirby, Kirby?
Oh.
The pink one?
Yeah, Kirby was originally Game Boy?
Yes. That's what I believe. Yes. Because it wasn't color at beginning.
Yeah.
I think Kirby was like for Game Boy first.
Yeah, 1992 Kirby's Dream Land.
Yes. Because I had it.
日本語で何?
Kirby no Yume no Kuni?
Oh,
Something
okay.
like that. Yeah.
Oh.
Is Kirby still exist?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah?
There's a new Kirby. I think there was a new Kirby game last year.
Yes. Yeah.
For Switch, I think. Something like
Wow.
that. 2023 Return to Dreamland Deluxe.
Wow.
That's actually really funny. They went all the way back to the Dreamland theme, I guess. I don't think there's any other Dreamland game. Yeah, Dreamland is the first one, 92, and that's like those are other references. Oh, there's Dreamland 2, Dreamland 3, Return to Dreamland. Sorry, I completely said stuff before I checked. And then Dream Buffet 2022, and now Return to Dreamland Deluxe. So I don't know if that's a remake of the other one, but
I was so into Kirby that time.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I played all day. I love that game. Just suck everything, and then you can fly.
Yeah, that's so funny. It's such a cute idea. Like
I know.
What's Kirby named after? They named him after somebody.
Really? Hoshino Kirby. I know it's something about star.
Oh, he's a planet called
a
star-shaped planet called Popstar, which is hilarious. And it doesn't. Where does it say the name? I remember knowing about the. Okay. Where is it here? Oh, this is painful because I have to I'm looking this up in real time. I'm so sorry.
No, that's okay.
The name of it's named after some guy.
Oh, really?
Like they pulled it from the name or whatever. This is so infuriating. So Kirby.
Kirby. Did you find it? Kirby, 超可愛いね、ピンク。
Yeah, so is that who's the bad guy in that one?
What?
The original boss was King Dedede? Or how do you say that penguin villain in Kirby?
Kirby. Dedede だよ。King Dedede.
Oh, so okay.
Wardi.
Yeah, King Dedede.
Yeah.
So yes, his name is so So the creator or whatever, Shigeru Miyamoto, named him in honor of the American lawyer John Kirby, who defended Nintendo in the Universal City Studios Inc. I guess case. I remember there's some case.
Really?
Oh yeah. Here we go. Yeah. The name, because he it's a Universal City Studios Inc. versus Nintendo Co. case. I'm reading from Wikipedia now.
Yeah.
That the harsh-sounding name contrasted amusingly with the character's cute appearance, which I think it sounds harsh. I don't even understand why they say that because it's such a cute name.
Okay. Yeah. So Game Boy with all my memories about Kirby. And I didn't know the name of Kirby was after what? Like someone's...
The lawyer that defended Nintendo in America.
So the Kirby has a lot of things on his or her shoulder.
Yeah. Legacy. Exactly. Carrying a legacy.
Exactly.
It's pretty funny, actually. Yeah. What's the next one here? You got
next one, 1990. It's Super Famicom. It's a Super Family computer.
Yeah.
Super Famicom, because Famicom from Nintendo, and for you guys is what?
I recognize those controllers.
Super Nintendo. This is Super
yes,
Nintendo.
yes. Is it Super Nintendo? Yeah.
Yes, this is the Super Nintendo, man.
Yes. Okay, that's what I'm forgetting with in between. Okay, Super Nintendo. Yes, NES and then Super Nintendo. Okay, so I think I played probably more on the Super Nintendo, but the Super Nintendo system does look a bit different, but...
Well, Super Nintendo, like, what's the difference between Nintendo and Super Nintendo? Is from 2 button to 4 button.
Yeah.
Press
but the
controllers
are the same here, but they have different... It's just purple color, like a purple...
Oh, really?
Shade, and then the system, in Canada or in North America, and then the console itself looks closer, like it's very square again.
Oh, really? So it's different.
And I remember this. Remember the purple button things on it.
Is it?
It looks different than this.
Really? This is the OG Super Nintendo, and then. When I look at this controller, I actually realized that the color, it looks like a little bit like a Google.
Oh yeah. Oh, here we go. Yes, I remember this. They re-released it.
They
with all the games built in. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
So you can get
that's the purple one.
No, that's the OG one.
What? Really?
Yeah, like on Amazon, like right now, I can buy the one that you have, the picture there, the Super.
Oh, okay, I see.
Famicom.
Like that you played was the different one.
Yeah, the one I played growing up was like the different one, but the one that you can buy now that has like all the games built into it is like the original Japanese model or whatever. But I don't know the full history on that one, but that's basically. Wow, it's small.
Yeah.
It's like fits in your hand. It's like a Walkman.
No. I think it used to be way bigger, but now they make smaller. Everything is smaller. Everything is like very compact size.
That's so funny.
Because of the
technology.
Yeah,
it's a mini. It's a mini one. Yeah, it's called the mini one.
Yeah. I think the software is the same size, but the hard is like very compact now.
Yeah. That's so funny.
Yeah.
So what? That's like Super Mario Bros. On that one? No. This was the Super Mario 3. Oh yeah.
I think.
When was
no 3? No, sorry, 3 was Famicom.
So but it was. What was the first one? It was just Mario Brothers. No.
Yeah, the first original one is Super Mario Brothers. Huh?
Or like he was originally what? It was like a different name, right? The original one where you fight to get princess from Donkey Kong.
Yeah, so original one is called Donkey Kong. And then Donkey Kong was the enemy. Then the Mario, I think it was like a pipe guy or something.
Yes, yeah, pipe guy.
マリオの名前。ドンキーコング、マリオの名前。ドンキーコング、スーパーマリオ。初代ドンキー。
Oh, yeah.
Let me check. Yeah. ドンキーコングは OK。マリオ。主人公マリオそう最初。Yeah, so Mario was originally from Donkey Kong.
Yes.
And the Mario name was Jumpman in Japanese.
Yeah, Jumpman. Yeah. And then they named it after the landlord of the American Nintendo building or headquarters. Mario, I forget his last name, but his name was Mario. And that's why he got the name Mario after that. It's kind of funny how the American development of Nintendo influenced the names of characters specifically. Kirby, Mario.
Interesting. Yeah. So yeah, because of Donkey Kong, Mario exists. Jumpman.
Which is so funny because I always think of Donkey Kong secondary now.
Second, right? Yeah. This is actually, I think so many people confused and everybody think Mario was the original. Then every single other character shown up, but actually Donkey Kong.
Yeah. He seems, it's so funny.
Wow.
Did you ever watch, did you guys have the Donkey Kong? This is a tangent. Donkey Kong and 3D animation in like the 90s, early 2000s or something.
Donkey Kong 3D animation. Yes. I think so. That was like a movie, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
No, it's a TV show. I used to watch a TV show.
Was it?
Yeah.
No, I don't know.
Oh, okay, that's funny.
No, I don't know. Maybe I was too old.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I don't know why I was watching.
I was お兄ちゃんだったから。
お兄ちゃんだ。そうね。
でしょ?
Yeah, you would have been by then.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jumpman, and then he was originally a carpenter and then became a plumber.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
And now he's the most popular game guy.
It's so funny, eh? This little like Italian-ish guy. With a chubby Italian guy with a mustache, and that's the most popular video game.
But I like as a Japanese, I didn't even know which background he was. We didn't know anything.
You didn't think of him as Italian?
No. We don't know what's the Italian and what's the American, and you know Japanese people. When they see when they see they still see by color. And they still say like some of Japanese people in here, they always say like for Canadian people, they say like native people.
What?
Because native English speaker, right?
Okay.
But Japanese people confused, and when they take a photo, like for example, some of working holiday people came to here, want to take photo with you, post on the Instagram, and they go like, "Oh, I met this native Canadian friend," because I saw a couple of times those posts. And I was like, this is so wrong, because they think basically white people is the native Canadian.
Oh, that's a funny way of thinking.
Yes, which is so wrong. 面白いね. And also because the lack of our English language, it's obviously we misunderstand.
I guess from a foreign perspective, they could look at it that way, but within Canada, it would be really confusing to say native for
especially
a white
Canada,
person.
I guess.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, and especially now.
Like, I feel like some people would describe themselves that way, but it's really confusing to when you're because you're always talking about indigenous or not. But anyway, that's funny.
So that was a little bit different topic. So finally we're at 1990s. The first game 1990s was Game Gear.
I don't even know what that is.
You didn't know?
What is that?
This was basically a portable game. It's Game Boy, but color.
Oh.
But color, and then there's a.
But Sega.
Basically, it's a monitor, color monitor. So like you can play anywhere. Basically, it's a TV.
Oh.
Yeah. I had this one. I had so much memory with this. Yeah, because like I never thought I never get any game, but I always ask my dad, right? And
yeah.
Because I'm a little bit weirdo, I don't want to have same game as other people. Then I saw this, and it's so cool. I'm like, Daddy, I need the Game Gear.
Game Gear.
Game Gear. I'm like, what is that shit?
Yeah, what were your parents like? Were they like, no? Or like, they're like, okay.
They have no idea. But my dad
when do you get it? Game Gear.
Yes, Gear.
It's Gear.
Gear. Game Gear.
Okay, I think some friend, maybe they had that. I never had it though.
The game is basically same as the Mega Drive. The Sega released 1988. So like same game, but because of the portable, it's more convenience to bring anywhere. After I got this, I think I carry this everywhere.
That's so funny. How Nansai?
多分10
12?
No. 12. I didn't play games so much anymore. I was already start buying motorcycle magazines. So 10歳 9歳 10歳 like 9 or 10 9 or 10 yeah.
Carrying that everywhere. But when did you get to me this is like the type of thing for like PlayStation or something. I'd be like for my birthday or for Christmas. That's what it always revolves around for kids here. Like, can I get it for Christmas?
Yeah.
Ask Santa. But how do you do that in Japan? Graduation?
Well, yes, like regular Japanese people, like graduation, yes, or like birthday, Christmas. But my dad is a little bit a weirdo too, and he doesn't. This was like a 2万円 on that time. It's very expensive game, and of course my dad. 高いよ. Still 高いね.
2万.
Yes.
That's really expensive.
That's fucking expensive. And
it looks like shit now.
Yeah, and over 30 years ago. 2万円. So.
Holy shit.
I think I played some game with my dad. My dad is always like, do this or do that. Or like, I think this was arm wrestling with them. He was like, if you win, the
arm wrestling?
Yes. And then he's like, I'll buy for you. Because
I wish, but okay.
But some listeners, I don't really talk about this yet. When I was kid, I was really tall. So when I was 12, I had this height already.
Oh, okay. Okay, you grew up fast.
There's some kids super big when they're kids, and then when you met them like after like couple years later, then like you saw him and like her, like I thought you're bigger than that, but because of like you grow too fast. Kid, and then they stop.
That's really funny.
So that means I had almost same as my dad is short. So I had the same height with him, or maybe even taller already. And I was kind of like exercising a lot too. So
that's so funny.
Yeah, it was easy to get this game. Anyway, so that's how I get it.
I would have lost if I did that arm wrestling with my dad. But it would have been so much funnier to have like challenges like that to get something I want.
Because otherwise, there's no way. Like Christmas, birthday, then he's not gonna spend 2万円 for me.
Yeah. I think for me it'd be like mow the lawn, and that earns some way towards something. But like when I say mow the lawn, my dad's house is 2 acres, so it's a riding lawnmower for like a couple hours. Like that's your afternoon. You don't get to go hang out. You're mowing the lawn for like the entire afternoon. But anyway, that was how I could earn something, maybe.
Oh my gosh.
Clean the cat litter. Yeah. So anyway, but so yeah, I never played that, but that's funny.
Yeah, but so basically it's all the Sega game you can play. The Sonic. I had a Sonic, of course. I think I bought with the Sonic software. Yeah, and then after that, whatever. And they had the TV tuner software as well with the antenna. So if you have that, you connect into this heart, then you can actually watch TV.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it was fun to have it, but this is fucking heavy too.
Really?
Yeah, it's big shit.
It looks like it didn't really compete with Game Boy very well either.
It didn't.
Looking it up.
At the end, it didn't. It didn't. Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't even. I would say that it wasn't even on the same.
Like playing field at all.
Yeah. No. They didn't compare Game Boy and Game Gear. No. Anyway, that was my memory.
And then, next one is
1991. The game called Neo Geo.
Yeah,
SNK.
I don't know that one either. Looks like it's an arcade game.
Exactly. That's
system.
The control. Yes.
Yeah, the control. Yeah.
Yeah. So this company's basically had so many the amusement games.
Yeah.
So like Street Fighter, Tekken. So yeah, this game
was
was for
fun.
Yeah. So this heart was made for the who wants to play arcade game at home.
That's cool.
Yeah. Because you can play with this controller, right? Like if obviously listeners cannot see this picture, but basically what like the joystick with the 4 button. So you play with left hand is always on a stick, and then right hand you use your forefinger to hit the button to make it some combo new
yeah
like a special combo to knock down your enemies.
I'm bad at combos. I'm a button masher.
Yeah? How you
I get too stressed out. And I panic. Yeah, and I'm like, shit, what's the combo? So I'm just like hitting the button like
I could tell. Yeah. But with Japanese kid, when we need to push the button like so many times, we actually don't move, like just push the button. How we did it was like we scratched them.
Oh.
You know, it's like a scratching the lotto. So if you scratch the button, you can hit so many times. But then
like just running your finger over it?
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
But then everybody get like a mini burnt your finger because you scratch so many times.
Like a callus? That's so funny.
Yeah. I remember
oh my God.
One day my finger was like twice bigger because I did it too much. Then I couldn't do anything else after all.
That's so funny. Yeah. That's so funny.
Yeah,
anyway, I have like I mean, I'll talk about it later, but I have a similar, not callus, but I'd like developed my own system of like rapidly hitting. I'd basically like vibrate my hand like
yeah.
And like but my thumb to get my thumb to rapidly hit the button. So before in the arcade, the joystick that had like a joystick would have a button on the stick. Mm-hmm. So I would hold it with my left hand and then like just basically like vibrate my right hand as fast as possible. Like I don't know, like I'm not moving my arm, I'm just moving my wrist like really quick. And then I'd like do that, but my thumb on the controller. So I'm just like doing that, and there's a Star Wars game I'd play, but it's for PS2, and try to shoot the guys as fast as possible. So it'd be like, it's like rapidly firing it, and then my like thumb would like. I'm pretty sure I could have developed carpal tunnel from that alone. Like my thumb, my like wrist would be sore from like doing that for the whole game. Yeah, it's so freaking funny.
Yeah, for sure. All the listener has different memory
like
as well.
Technique.
Technique, and then like because of the technique, you actually fucked up one of your body part, or like now you're almost blind because like you played too much game and then you need a glass. For sure, there's so.
Oh my god, yeah. I have a problem with not blinking.
Yeah.
Staring at the screen for hours, and my eyes would be like dry and like burning. Yeah. Okay. So next one is my OG system. Like this is what I started with. All my friends had N64 and shit like that, and I was like, I want that. And then my parents, I don't even think I knew what a PlayStation was.
Okay.
My parents just got me that one. I don't know why, and I'm like, this isn't Nintendo.
But this is actually better. Yeah, 1994.
The PlayStation like startup music, the like ding 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 ding, whatever it is, like that. I don't know.
Game changer, no?
That was like that really like that's still ingrained in my brain, and opening that stupid thing to put in the discs. My first games for that one were the Star Wars, the Phantom Menace game, which is just playing the story of the movie in a full 3D, like free to walk around environment. Like you had to follow through the map, but you could walk around.
Yeah.
And it drove me insane. And Spyro the Dragon. So like I feel like there's a more of a niche nostalgia for these games if you had a PlayStation. Like Spyro was sort of like the equivalent of Zelda for the PlayStation. And you're just like this purple dragon that runs around collecting gems, and you have to like free other dragons to move on through the levels, but very like open world kind of vibe. And you do like all these little side missions and stuff. So like those are all like I spent so many hours playing these games.
Yeah. So you ended up loves PlayStation?
Yeah, like that was really my like. That's what I have the most nostalgia for, honestly.
I think the animation changed so much.
Yeah.
From Super Nintendo to PlayStation, because like I was like, how come it's CD?
Yeah.
It used to be a cassette tape.
Yeah, like cartridge.
It became CD, like a DVD CD.
Yeah.
Like, of course, my parents didn't buy for me, but I have other friend, my best friend. He has everything. So.
Oh yeah.
I remember when PlayStation released. I'm like, his name is Masaya. Masaya, are you gonna get one? I'm like, I don't know. He never care, but because the parents care a lot, those like new thing, and they always get for him. And I'm
wow,
like,
spoiled kid.
I went to straight his mom and I'm like, Oba-san, press the button. And she's like, yeah, we're gonna get it soon. I'm like, okay, cool. I just wanna know.
Check it. You know what? I had a friend like that too. My friend who had. We'll talk about it later, but he had like all the systems, and so I'd go play at his place, and then I would like go home and be like, "Can I get this game?" Yeah. And but he got everything, and I hated him for it because I'd go to his house to play video games. He was younger than me. He was like almost like a little brother, but because he was my neighbor, he didn't he would like let me watch him play. And wouldn't let me play.
Okay. Yeah.
Eventually, there were some 2-player games we'd play together, and we were really good playing together. But most of the time, it'd be like, watch me play. It'd be like Duke Nukem on the PC. I don't know if you know that game, but it's an old PC game.
Okay.
It's like not for kids. It's like you're you're like a Terminator kind of vibe. You're like this American military type mercenary guy shooting aliens, and you go into like strip clubs, and I don't know why there's strip clubs open during an alien invasion, and like the girls take off their top and stuff, and it was like, for me, I'm just like, am I allowed to play this? Like, he's like 10 and I was like 12 or something. But anyway, that was like, I was like, drove me nuts, because I was like, I can't play any of the games, just watch him play. But yeah. And then I got my PlayStation, and I had my own games.
And then change your life.
But actually, this is very relevant to the podcast, because I didn't really know anything. I didn't know much about Japan. Though I was interested in stuff already. One of the games I got for PlayStation was Tenchu, Stealth Assassins. And Tenchu is the first games, there's 2 games that came out, and I actually played the sequel first, not realizing at the time. Birth of the Stealth Assassins, and then the first one I had actually went back and played after. And the Tenchu games are like a ninja game. You're it's like kind of like, I don't know, I guess like
Tenchu.
Early Edo period type vibe.
Yes.
And very kind of anime-ish style. And it's very deep into like ninja lore and very realistic to the time period. A lot of stuff in there, like I got fascinated with like Japanese castles and like samurai history, and I was like, I want to know more about samurai, and I want to know more about ninja. And it's fantasy, but it's not like super fantasy. It's very like within the realm of Japanese like folklore and stuff. And in the second game, you get to build your own levels. So they're very simple, and it's like you pick from kind of like a menu, and you can build your own like walls and playthroughs and add enemies. And so it'd be like I could, one of the settings is like a town or something, and it doesn't look as good as the actual game story, but I could place like a tanuki or something, and I didn't know what the hell a tanuki was. Like a shigaraki tanuki is like an element in the and I don't know what that is, but like there's things like that, like lanterns or temple pieces and stuff. So it was like cool way to interact, and like the whole game is kind of like it's kind of like Metal Gear Solid. So I think it's around the same time Metal Gear came out, and so when you're sneaking up, you're walking around a level, and you have to sneak up on an enemy, and it has the little indicator in the corner, like if they are alerted to you. So it'd be like question mark, and if they see you, it's like exclamation mark, or if they lock onto you, it's like double exclamation mark with fire. And then the whole goal is you want to try to kill people stealthily. So you have to do different combos and sneak up in a certain way, and you can like, slit their throat or something, or drag them away and stab them, or like the girl ninja like jumps on their shoulders and twists their head with her thighs.
It's actually all the movement was like insane. Like there's so many things you can do it. It's not just like one hit and kill or cut and kill. It's like more small detail of how you wanna damage or kill the enemy.
And the levels were so cool because they're all like very like Japanese locales, like temples or something, and characters would have like no masks, like the Hanya mask. That's where I first became really fascinated with that, because I thought it was so cool. People might know it as Oni mask, but it's actually called Hanya, and it's like, and I have one now. And so it's like that's where I was introduced to a lot of stuff for like Japanese culture. It was a great soft power game, I think.
Like I could tell you have so much memories from PlayStation. Maybe you can talk. we can do one episode just for PlayStation.
or like Matt, more like Matt's like, how did
Matt-
I become uncomfortably obsessed with Japanese culture?
Japanese culture.
Like,
Because of
this game was the
PlayStation.
beginning. Yeah, this game was
Cool.
the beginning. But yeah,
Cool.
anyway.
Okay, and same year, the PlayStation, Sony released the PlayStation, and then Sega, which is, I guess they were kind of liable that time,
Yeah.
released the Sega Saturn.
Okay.
And do you know Sega Saturn?
It looks kind of familiar, but I never played. I don't think I played it. But I think like somebody I knew had it or something.
Basically, because I really remember this time, it was PlayStation and Sega Saturn just came together, and they both have very similar title of games, or mostly the game when they released PlayStation, then there's gonna be Sega Saturn too. So it was
okay.
liable which one will win, and eventually
Yeah.
PlayStation win, and then Sega just like bye bye. It was 1994, because some of my friend has Sega Saturn, but most of my friend has PlayStation.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, because PlayStation looks way cooler than Sega Saturn too.
Yeah, I like the look of the PlayStation.
The design was cool.
Yeah, it's
Right?
very like modern looking. The Sega
Modern
one still
looking.
looks older.
Just a box compared to
Yeah.
PlayStation. It's like a night button is round, and then the lid, the cover, when you open it, it's a round too. It's just cool. And
Also,
the controller
oh,
was different.
yeah, I like the feeling of the PlayStation controller, which they haven't changed
They haven't
basically.
changed, but they added the shock, dual shock.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, and joystick things.
Yeah,
But the also I think PlayStation was where like Final Fantasy came out
Yeah.
first. So like
Yeah.
that's where that franchise really took off, and then
Yeah.
people were like, so many people I knew played Final Fantasy. I didn't really get into it. I don't know why. I was into like Breath of Fire. But other people also played what's the other game? The other RPG game? Oh my god. From that
Dragon
console.
Quest.
Oh, I guess Dragon Quest, yeah. And
Final Fantasy, Dragon Quest, Zelda.
No, Zelda's N64.
Okay.
Oh my god, what's that game? It's like right on the tip of my tongue.
Yeah.
It's like a Capcom game.
Capcom, yes, Capcom game.
Oh my god, what is it?
Chrono Trigger. No?
Oh, Chrono Trigger. Yes.
Yeah.
That's
Chrono
it.
Trigger. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry to anybody listening
no.
who's like, how could you not remember Chrono Trigger? Yeah, I had friends who were obsessed with Chrono Trigger too.
That game was really good. The character was fantastic because it's all about Akira Toriyama. He wrote everything. And it's just, I remember the game. It was so nice. I don't remember much.
You didn't play it?
I did play.
Or your friend played?
Yeah.
Oh,
I did play.
Okay.
Yeah, I did. I just don't remember now so much. But
Yeah.
Anyway.
I played a little bit of Final Fantasy.
Yeah. All right. 1995, the Nintendo released another game which doesn't really exist anymore. It's called Virtual Boy. This wasn't really hit.
It looks stupid.
Yes, it is stupid. I played though. One of my friends
for
had it.
listeners, it looks like a
what?
virtual reality goggles on top of a terrible shitty tripod.
Yeah.
Not even a tripod.
Yeah.
Looks like somebody took the arms for like your reading glasses and stuck like a thing on top. To me, it actually looks like a little barbecue.
Yeah. I think Nintendo try hard for doing something. Maybe like they wanna do like you said like the goggles for virtual world, but you don't have the technology, man. It wasn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't. And then this
Did
was
you
like
try?
Yeah, I try. So you look at the goggle, then it's completely black with the like a green like green line light. So it's like a matrix, like a matrix.
Oh, Matrix kind of vibe?
Matrix. Yeah. Not the vibe, but color. And I think you play like a lace game or whatever, but like it was. I played once and I think like this is garbage.
I think I've maybe seen it in a video talking about like on YouTube or something, but I've never seen it in real life.
Anyway,
but the next one though, this was really like
1996 Game Boy Pocket, Nintendo, and we look at the picture. I had this color, the yellow one. I had a Game Boy, but when the Pocket came out, of course I bought it.
I had a like turquoise colored one or aqua colored one, or that was Game Boy Color though.
So
I think Game Boy Pocket is still black and white.
Yes. So the Game Boy Pocket came up, then I think right after Game Boy Color came up.
Yes. And I had that one, and that's when I really got into Pokemon. So I didn't know Pokemon before. I just knew the card game from the schoolyard.
Okay.
And then the Game Boy Color, like I didn't even get the original games. I got Game Boy. I got Pokemon Silver, so like the second generation. That was my first Pokemon game. And then I had to like rent. I rented because back in the day you could rent from Blockbuster video games, and I rented the original games and played those. And then, but the Game Boy Gold Silver, or sorry, Pokemon Gold Silver had the original game built into it. If once you beat it, you could go back to Kanto region in the same game.
Okay.
So I think I got a taste from that, but I didn't get to do the original game till later.
Yeah, because I play original one, red and green.
Yeah.
I mean,
but
blue? It's called blue?
Yeah.
Green
in Japan, but blue in North America,
Yeah. So I played that. I think I played with this yellow Game Boy Pocket.
That's funny.
So the Game Boy Color was actually released 1998, so 2 years later.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And same time as Game Boy Pocket, 1996, Nintendo 64 was released. And so you are 2 years later, because I remember you told me when everybody got Nintendo 64, you got a PlayStation, but a PlayStation originally released 1994. So I think your parents needs to wait 2 years. Everything. Yeah,
they were behind. I'm pretty sure I'd already been playing like N64 at my friend's house, and then I got PlayStation because I remember being like, "I want a Nintendo," and then I was disappointed that I got a
PlayStation. But after all, it changed your life.
Yes, right? It did. It actually did.
So nice.
But I remember they also re-released N64 in these really cool. I'm pretty sure you could get like different color, like see-through, like clear plastic versions or something. There's all these variations of it with different controllers, different consoles, and I really wanted those ones, some cool one. But yeah, I remember the original one, and I'd play like Star Fox and Smash Bros. And Mario, the OG Mario Kart. Not the OG Mario Kart, I guess, but the N64 Mario Kart was the first one I played. Was that the original Mario Kart? Or was that just the...
Which one?
There was an older one for N64.
Original Mario Kart was on Super Famicom.
Ah, okay.
So N64 changes the game completely because of the stick. Yes. I remember the Super Mario Kart with this was wow. I thought like Super Mario Kart made for this game.
Yeah.
So much better with the how to call the joystick?
Joystick, yeah.
Yeah, I still remember that. I'm like, wow. And of course Masaya has it, so I could play.
I remember my other friend had it, and
Yeah.
It'd be like every time I go to his house, we play Mario Kart.
Yeah.
But I wasn't as good at it because I didn't have that at home. So, like,
yeah,
my
because you
friends
have to
would
pray. Yes, you have to pray a lot.
Yeah, and so they're all kicking my ass,
Exactly.
and I just get frustrated. And
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
oh, like,
yeah.
I can't ever kill you, or not kill, but hit you with the
Yeah.
freaking shell or whatever. And
Yeah. You don't know how to use the kame, the green, the taro shit. You
Yeah,
only
yeah.
know how to use banana.
Yeah, I never, I like stall the thing when I try to take off
Yeah.
the beginning. Like,
Yeah.
I just, it's like not fair. I was like, I want an N64 so I can like keep up with my friends, you know? Like everybody talks about it. Everybody's like,
Yeah.
this is the end thing, you know?
Mhm.
I'm like, PlayStation? People are like, what the hell is PlayStation?
No, I think you're way ahead.
Except
'Cause
Final Fantasy.
PlayStation was really good. Still PlayStation, but to me, well, maybe, yeah. 64
Different kind of
was-
games.
Exactly. It was different game, yeah. You need to have both.
And everyone played Zelda.
Yes.
I didn't know what Zelda was.
Zelda, yes. I loved Zelda from the Super Famicom, so
Okay, yeah.
yeah.
I never played any Zelda game. But I remember watching like my friend play like Majora's Mask and stuff.
What about now? Not yet?
Now I still haven't, but I really would love to play Breath of the
I
Wild.
heard that Zelda now, the new one
Yeah.
is like, everybody say it's crazy.
It's amazing.
Yeah, you basically you're in this world, then you can discover forever. You can climb anywhere, and then like it's.
I think it's so crazy. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful game, and then I was like talking to friends about Pokemon and how like why the hell do their open world games suck? Like it's fun, but it's like why they have the ability to do like a Breath of the Wild game. Why can't they do like the Pokemon open world games? It's
Yeah.
nice. Like,
Yeah.
It just they don't hold up. They're not the like same quality. It's kind of funny, but yeah.
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 And we didn't put on the list, but when was GameCube? From
I think
Nintendo.
that was early 2000s.
Okay, that's why. Okay, yeah. And
I think I played GameCube at my friend's house too.
okay,
Like
yeah.
that's like original oh my god, I'm forgetting the name.
What? Original GameCube?
Animal Crossing.
Animal Crossing. I don't know that.
You know, everybody was playing it at the beginning of the pandemic
Okay.
on the Switch.
Oh,
Island.
yes. I know. Yeah.
But the original game was for GameCube, I believe. I remember playing that.
Okay. Oh shit.
GameCube was, so
Yeah.
my friend had GameCube, but I had PS2.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
So I was still continuing with the legacy of games for PS2 and stuff
Yeah.
and whatever, but
Yeah.
not playing, still not playing Nintendo.
Mm-hmm.
But PS2, you could watch DVDs, so it was great.
Yeah.
to
It's
sit in
actually
my
better.
room,
Yeah.
watch movies and listen to music. I'd listen to all my own music and stuff, so it was like a great entertainment system.
For sure. Yeah.
And I could play all my old PlayStation games.
Yes.
So I love the PS2 is great because you could just play everything on it, do everything.
Yeah. So basically.
Oh, but
yes.
we missed one.
What?
Dreamcast by Sega.
Doricast.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. That was competing with PS1 here. I don't know where that fits in. Like the design even looked similar, and I remember people. talking about it, but, like, I never really played it, but I don't.
Doricast. Oh yeah, it's 1998.
Yeah.
Yeah. How come I didn't see though? How come I didn't see them? Maybe because
The controller sucks.
yeah, in 2000 because PlayStation 2, right? Yes, I remember this game. I think someone has it, but it was still shit. No, Taka.
Yeah, I guess you had Sonic on that too.
Yeah, 3万円。高っ。
It looks so similar to PS1.
Yeah.
So Sega was definitely like, oh, so that's what they had on the. I think they also ended up having it for the N64 and later for PlayStation, but the original Star Wars podcast racer.
What? Really?
Pod Racer.
Pod Racer.
Star Wars. It's just called Star Wars Episode 1 Racer, but it's based on the Pod Racers.
Okay.
Which were like the main cool race like vehicle in Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. And that was a really great racing game. That was so much fun.
Wow.
But it was only limited to Dreamcast, I think, and then it became available later. And that was a fun game. That's the only thing I can talk about related to Dreamcast.
Pod Racer.
So there's a lot of actually.
Yes. I remember the character.
Games. There's also Star Wars Demolition, which is a really fun Star Wars game. It's kind of like a battle royale Star Wars game.
Yeah.
And, super fun, and that was for PlayStation, original PlayStation, and for Dreamcast too. So there's a lot of like crossover, I guess.
Yeah. I think around this time, the games are everywhere for every single hard.
The console. Yeah.
Console. Yeah. Yes. I remember that. All right. So I guess we run down, and then, like I said, just 2000, right after 1999, the PlayStation 2 came. And then I think that was changing the game industry completely again.
Yeah.
It was like a revolution again.
Yeah, because Nintendo, I didn't feel like the GameCube was on the same
No.
thing.
Nintendo was kind of start losing like a adult
momentum.
Yeah, and then more because like kids are kids are getting old, and then Nintendo still keep releasing like a kids game, but Sony took over the adult game.
Yeah, it's true. And I remember like that being the debate with me and my friends, like in like 7th grade, 8th grade.
Yeah,
because we'd be like, GameCube's for kids, and like my other friends by then would getting PS2 and then eventually the first Xbox, and they were all like playing Halo and like the more adult games, and so I remember arguing. Nick, if you ever listen to this, I'm sorry.
Sorry, Nick.
We'd there'd always be stupid arguments about it because he'd be playing like Animal Crossing or like Nintendo games that are really cute, and we'd be like playing other games like I'd play the sequel Tenchu games and stuff, which we had a lot of fun. I played everything.
Yeah.
I had some friends that were like one side and the friends were on the other side, kind of thing. And then I was always PlayStation, so I was kind of in the middle.
Yeah,
kind of funny.
And like I think everybody knows this from this era, 80s and 90s, was like Nintendo.
Very Nintendo dominated.
Very Nintendo. I think like we needed it to have Nintendo to compete all other company too.
Yeah, push them to develop.
Exactly.
Yeah, it really drove the market and drove the development of video games
into the next level.
And then I think Sony really was just basically picking up on the 80s kids who were growing up and starting to gear their stuff. Yeah,
Game Gear.
This is my feeling.
Yeah.
To like, like the nostalgia people had of games, but like more complicated, more interesting, more complex.
Yeah.
For that older generation. So it's pretty interesting to see that when you look back, see how it like developed like that.
Okay, so Matt, you want to run down the Nintendo's history a little bit because of there's so many Nintendo?
Yeah,
I mean, quick. Yeah.
So I guess a brief. We're going from the 80s.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
When they really took off. If you can look, the Nintendo company has been around for like over 100 years actually, but from what we know collectively in our minds is like the game consoles started in 83. It's like almost 40 years ago. And releasing the Famicom, and then 2 years after the release, they began development for the game. Well, that was the Game & Watch. That was before though.
Game & Watch was 1980, so.
Yeah, 1980. Yeah. So the first handheld was before. Was funny enough was before that. But they really revolutionized, I guess, in this period because home game consoles before that didn't do well in the 70s, and then Nintendo kind of snapped back with this with the Famicom.
Yeah.
And then really, market was really predicting this like boom in like large screen television games.
Yeah.
And and then what was the like? It became Famicom really like exploded. Was it like 3.5 billion units were sold within 2 years of its release?
Wow.
Which is pretty crazy.
I think it's impossible now to sell like one thing's like this much for like one single thing, like product.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yes.
And then people, I mean, like that really like took off, and then then NES here in North America, I guess.
And I think after the Famicom release, and then they released the first Dragon Quest, the game, the RPG game, and then everybody was lining up for buying the Dragon Quest.
Dragon Quest.
Yeah, maybe
I never played Dragon Quest, but
I used to play. Yeah, it's great movie. The game, but
video game. Yeah,
you can't, cause I'm more action game type guy.
Yeah.
So like role playing game, it's like it gets too much.
I always get stuck.
Yes. Then I'm like, I don't know what to do.
Yeah, so like there's a point in Final Fantasy VIII where you're like, you move around the world and you get to like your home base basically becomes like an airship, and then you could just fly your home base around the whole map. And at that point, I'd be like, I don't know where to go. And I just kind of was in a dead end, and I never finished the game.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Some kids, I guess, have a lot of time on their hands. I just didn't care to keep going in that game. Most RPGs, I'd get to a point where I just would be like, I'm bored now.
Yeah. Then
this would be for another... Yeah.
Yeah.
This would be for another episode, I guess, but the Star Wars games for Xbox, Knights of the Old Republic, changed that for me. That's when I first started, like, super into RPG and, like, would finish the whole game. But with older ones, I don't know. Breath of Fire was probably the most dedicated I had been.
Yep.
And but Final Fantasy just didn't stick with me.
And I mean, is Dragon Quest still exists?
Yeah.
The new game?
Yeah,
okay,
like
so every single gamer...
the current one.
Wow. So that means every single gamer still continue to release new episode, new one.
Like I have the current general world theme still ingrained into my brain because John played it so much during the pandemic. For like,
and I know my
every day.
One of my friends, he told me like now all those original Japanese version Famicom or like Game Boy or whatever, if you have everything box and even the software with the box, everything, you actually could sell like a good amount of price.
Yeah, I bet. I wonder, you know what? Do you think you can find this stuff in like Akihabara or something?
For sure. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder.
Yeah, because
it'd be so fun to just go through some electronic shop or like maybe Nakano Broadway. I don't know.
No, because my friend, he told me like his friend actually went to Japan and then bought a bunch of those games like super cheap. then
Oh yeah.
bring it back here and like sold like times 10.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I mean, because
That's
like
amazing.
in Japan, they sell just as is, right? Maybe like maybe some software you can buy like 1000 yen or maybe even 500 yen, like a $5, and then you bring it here with the hard console and then put together a bundle and then sell like what, like $500.
Yeah, I think the Japanese editions are so unique here.
Exactly. So
like the original.
Yeah, that's also why.
I don't know if you've talked about before, but like secondhand stuff in Japan can be like mint condition and affordable.
Yeah. Or sometimes
and
like
just,
super clean.
Yeah, and it's just I think just the population difference, you know, like between Canada and Japan anyway is extreme. So it's just like there's so many things.
So many.
Compared to here where it's like you find the one retro thing maybe and it's super expensive, but in Japan it's like there's so many, right? And then as like people get older, they're getting rid of all their old game consoles, old stuff, right? So you can find it probably pretty easily in Japan. It's just funny. Yeah, I would love to do that. Like, go check out.
Yeah,
go on our retro tour. See what I can find.
If I knew that, then I would definitely do that. But I didn't know. Like last time I went back, Japan was like May. So if I knew it, I definitely did it. But next time I'll go check and then make sure that I check the price here first. Then I go Japan, and then if I need to get something, I will get it. Anyway,
it's a good idea. Yeah. Start a whole side business.
Yeah. Well, you never know, right? After 6 months, things will change. So you never know what's. And then some product will be vintage again. It gets just aged. So anyway,
I know, like PS3, PS4 is like almost vintage now.
Exactly. So anyway,
10 years. Yeah. Anyway,
I guess we talk a lot. We might gonna put this into 2 episodes because it might be too long episode. And thank you for listening for the second part of retro game in Japan. If this is the first one, and still thank you so much for listening.
Thank you as well for listening, for having me for like a very extended first episode with
yeah. So now I guess listeners know a little bit more about Matt, and then like Matt is really otaku type of guy. He loves writing, drawing. He's an artist too, so we will know about him little by little, episode by each episode. And I think hopefully you guys enjoy, and then please leave a comment and then give us 5-star. If you guys wanna check Instagram and TikTok, there's a Soul Japanese podcast Instagram and TikTok as well, so please check them out. It's a little bit different than podcast. We focus more like a language. So, and I'm trying to make it this with Matt as well in the future. So just wait it for it. So what do you want to say? You want to say something?
Yeah, just this is fun, and I know we can talk forever. So there'll be lots to talk. There'll be lots of content, and we could talk language. So there's going to be a lot more.
Yep. And
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, and then if the listener wants to ask anything about Matt, he has some knowledge about Japan, so you can always ask him as well. Yeah,
feel free. Yeah, anything about working holiday, living in Japan,
so we can make
how
an
to
episode.
Get to Japan. Yeah, I have could share a lot of resources on that, so we can. Yeah, we'll do something on that too.
Okay, so じゃあ thank you so much for listening today. 本当にありがとう. Thank you for your support. Thank you, Matt.
Thanks じゃあまたね
バイバイ